Hello friends, so I am coming to you from almost Christmas time, but I just want to quickly preface with saying this video is kind of spanning the last couple months, and I do still have my Thailand and my Vietnam travel vlogs coming up. I just have not had the time to edit them, and I wanted to get kind of a Christmassy year-end video up before those vlogs just because they will take some more time. Let's get into it. Hello everybody, I'm very jet-lagged, but I've made it back from my travels in Southeast Asia. I had, I think, less than 20 hours of flying coming back home, which was quite nice. It wasn't as long. I was wanting to extend my trip and go back to Thailand, see more of Thailand and all of that, but I need to come home, work, and make some money again. But I had a great time. Yeah, it was so much fun. I met a lot of amazing people and definitely some new forever friends, which is awesome. And yeah, I'm very tired and jet-lagged at the moment. I'm just unpacking things. Yeah, my last day in Vietnam, I ended up getting 2 new tattoos, which is very exciting, and my tattoo artist was the sweetest girl ever. I'll put the tattoo shop that I went to here. Highly recommend them. Super, super amazing. Safe, sanitary, speak English, all of that jazz. I have had trip plans basically for this entire year, so it's weird not having travel plans at the moment. Definitely want to be back in like super saving money, investing money mode. However, I think it'll be hard not going anywhere, so I may plan just like a quick trip to Mexico, because I haven't been to Mexico in 4 years, which is crazy, like really crazy. Maybe it's more than 4 years. Yeah, but I want to maybe get to Mexico this winter. I think that would be really lovely, and see some friends, and yeah, just go back to a place that I love. So I am very happy it is soup season because I can just cook a giant pot of soup for myself. But I'm cutting up this little acorn squash, and I realized that I can save the seeds and plant them. I was going to say in a few months, I mean several months, but next year I'm going to plant these seeds. So anyway. One of my favorite souvenirs from my Southeast Asia travels would have been these custom-made, custom-tailored clothes from Hoi An, Vietnam. This is a pretty common thing in Hoi An, where you can walk into these tailor shops and they have walls floor to ceiling with fabric, and you essentially walk in with an idea of an outfit you would like or photos from like Pinterest of clothing you want made, and then they measure you, you pick out your fabric, and then they custom make clothes for you. And they do this overnight. I was only in Hoi An for 2 days and I got these pieces made, so I am absolutely in love with them. It was one of the most, I don't know, interesting experiences. Yeah, the photos that I brought in were all from Pinterest. They also have photos and like outfit designs that you can look at within the shop. But they measure you, like I said, you pick your fabric, and then they sew it all together. You go in for a fitting, and they make final adjustments before you get your clothes. And each outfit, the price varies, but it's typically about like $30 to $50 US. To have anything custom made and tailored, say in the States or Canada, would cost you hundreds of dollars. So yeah, I had a couple dresses made, I had the 2-piece set made, the top and the skirt made, and it was so fun. It would honestly be very dangerous living there because it's just absolutely crazy. All the wonderful things that you can have made, whatever you want, in any fabric. Happy Halloween, everybody. I am currently just hiding out in my basement and I figured I would make some s'mores. So I have my vegan marshmallows, and then I bought some gluten-free, what are they? Ginger snaps. I'm trying to make this. I did not do a very good job of that situation. All right, well, I'm sitting here with my little s'mores. Well, it's Halloween, but today is the day that we used to celebrate my childhood dog's birthday, and he would have been turning 19. Anyways, I'm just making myself some tea, and then I've been watching just a little bit of random YouTube, but I need to catch up on my journaling because I still have a lot of my trip to journal about. And yeah, finally slowly getting back on my sleep schedule, so the jet lag is subsiding a bit. But yeah, so this is the end of October. I can't even believe that it is November tomorrow. All right, hello folks. So I have a giant pile of laundry behind me because I am working through all of the laundry from my Southeast Asia trip. I just figured I've been a little bit more real with you guys. Thought I would give a little bit of, I don't know, an update. It's honestly been really fucking difficult lately. I guess if I had a word for like October, hugely grief. So many things that I've been grieving, which I think is the hardest part. I had mentioned that with Roxy passing away, that brought up a lot of feelings around the grief of that relationship with my ex. So I definitely feel still the grieving of that relationship, of Roxanne. October is also a very personal grieving month for me. October is kind of the anniversary of something for me, so it always has a lot of weight to it. Also not sharing much about this, but I'm also kind of grieving a possible relationship that is not going to work out, or I don't think it's going to work out. Autumn turning to fall, it's getting cold and dark. I guess the other grief would be leaving a whole group of like new friends and new people that I made in Asia. I have gone now from so much socializing and being on like one end of the social spectrum to being now on the other end where I'm extremely isolated. And just kind of like by myself alone most of the time. And I will say, I also think that having my little ovarian cyst rupture hemorrhage situation before I left on my trip, I definitely had to just like put on my big girl pants and like get through that week because I had a lot of responsibility in that week and preparing to leave on my trip and everything. Those little things can be quite traumatic and like triggering for me. I definitely feel like, you know, the physical but also emotional side of like recovering from a little hemorrhage, I guess. I had one really interesting topic come up for me while I was traveling. It was because I was spending so much time with other people, and these were like new people I was just meeting. I was getting a lot of like feedback on, I guess, like who I am or like how I come across to people, which is very interesting. I had people, and specifically several guys, telling me that they just thought very highly of me, and said that in different forms and different ways. But it was really interesting. I had a few moments where I was just kind of, I caught myself thinking, why do these people see how like good I am, but you know, like my ex couldn't see that, or like what was I doing wrong so that like he didn't think that I was also a great person? Why do these people that I've only known for like a short amount of time think I'm so great, but like maybe I'm actually really not great? Like maybe I'm not a good person because, you know, my ex-partner didn't ever say those things that
like I'm being told right now. It was interesting, and I'm not saying that I was taking all of this as truth. It was just interesting to notice that when people were giving me, I guess, kind of complimenting the person I was, that I was like either one, not believing them because I felt that couldn't be true because this person that I loved and I gave even like more love and like energy to didn't feel the same way. To like, if they think that, like, why didn't he think that? Yeah, why didn't he think that I was like so great? Anyways, just an interesting little piece I wanted to add in here for my own reflection, because sometimes talking about it just helps you process it. Come here.
Bring him towards Kayla. Today, Thor was sleeping right here, and he came up and bit his ear while he was sleeping, and he was just crying. So I took him down to my room so he could actually get some sleep.
She's not into it. Puppies. I love the tail. You are just so cute. You are too, Violet. Of clips since I've been home the last couple weeks since I've been back in Canada in my home, but I feel like I'm in a better headspace today. I've been doing a lot of things to just like get back on track now that I'm home, just start working through a lot of things that I think I was putting off, and using maybe traveling as a distraction. Not that it's a bad thing, but just using it as a distraction from some of the stuff I need to work on. It is one of my favorite times of year, so we are decorating for Christmas. I'll fill you in at the end of this vlog with what everything turned out to look like, but I get to decorate my home for Christmas, and it's so exciting. So this is the tree I am currently working with. I don't love it because this is like my childhood Christmas tree I used to have in my bedroom. I may even have old YouTube videos with it. Anyways, I would like to get a green tree because it would be more traditional, and this is just, you know, not quite the style and the vibe that I'm going for, but for now, this is the beginning of my decorating. Good morning, everybody. So I just got ready. It is actually Remembrance Day today, but I am meeting with an old dance friend, Bailey. But I just wanted to show you, I'm wearing my custom tailored shirt from Thailand and Vietnam. I feel like I have honestly had a pretty productive weekend. It's been nice. I've gotten work done, things around the house, and yeah, talked to some friends and stuff just like over the phone. So it's been pretty good. It's definitely nice to have a long weekend, have this Monday off. But anyways, I'm going to go for coffee and then I will check in with you guys later. Hi guys, so I just got back from coffee with my friend and it was so nice to see her and catch up. I don't think we've seen each other for probably 5 years, maybe 6 years. So I actually thought I would
sit down and share a little bit of the story behind my house. I've explained a little bit in previous videos that the place that I'm living isn't going to be my like forever place. It's definitely not my dream location. I don't really know where my dream location is, which I think is what makes it feel more okay that I'm here, is because I'm still figuring that out, where I want to go and where I want to be. When I was looking for a house, I definitely knew looking for a place that I could rent, because with my job and who I am as a person, I still travel a lot. But getting down to the house, so it was built, like I had mentioned in a previous video, the people that I bought this house from were the original owners, and they bought this house, or sorry, built this house when they had moved to Canada from Croatia. Like when I first saw their names, I thought maybe they were Croatian, but they could have just been Slavic from any part. But I did have like an inkling that they could possibly be Croatian. And there's a huge garden in the backyard, which is one of the things that really made me fall in love with the place. But it is so well kept and well cared for. The owners that lived here their entire lives took such good care of this home. But then we get to the signs about this house that I kind of saw, and if you are not like a spiritual person or don't believe in this, you definitely do not need to. It's just something that I only noticed actually after I had decided to like put an offer in on the house. This house is very significantly an 8 in numerology. I'm not an expert by any means on numerology, but I do find it fascinating. But once my offer had been accepted, I was actually I was on Vancouver Island, sitting down, signing some papers, I think, and I realized that the address of this house is a number 8. And then it was like in the same moment I realized like the numerology, the address number for this house is an 8. I had viewed 8 houses on my house hunting journey. There were 8 offers on this house. And what else? Oh, the year is 2024, which is an 8 year. I'm currently 26, which is also an 8 year. In numerology, you basically just add up all the numbers and add them up until you get to one singular number. So this is where I'm getting them from: my age 26, 6 plus 2, the year 2024, 2 plus 2 plus 4. And I think to me, I also feel like 8 is maybe significant for like fresh starts and changes in my life. My apartment when I was living on Vancouver Island, it was like my first place ever that I lived alone, that was like my own, and that apartment was number 404, which is also a number 8. It definitely just kind of felt like the house was meant to be, and a lot of things sort of fell into place. I think I had mentioned also that truly, like if you're looking at this house purchase, like logically and logistically, my offer should not have been accepted, because there was another offer, competing offer, that was significantly higher than my offer. Myself and my realtor discussed if I had written like a personal note to the sellers, just letting them know what I admired and appreciated about the house and what I looked forward to in the home, which of course I mentioned like the garden being a huge point. And so I wrote them a letter, and I do think that that's probably the only reason why they accepted my offer, because the other one was much higher. But I think it all just happened as it was meant to happen. I just looked at the time and it was 8 minutes. That's a little bit about this home, and it does feel quite special. The other thing that's interesting is I had no idea about this beforehand, but the couple that sold this house, but their daughter was helping in this process, and her auntie actually used to be friends with and teach with my grandmother that do not live in this city. So it's kind of funny that we even have this like slight vague connection, and nobody knew about it until like after everything had gone through and they'd seen my name on things, and they saw my last name and like matched it to my grandparents. And anyways, that's a little bit about my house story. I realized that I hadn't really shared that aspect, and it was just one of those things that I felt
it all kind of worked out, and it definitely feels home and comfortable. I think the most difficult thing is that it is like the perfect house, and I love the yard and everything. For obviously it's not like an acreage, which I would love to have more land one day. The only downside is it's not exactly the place that I wish I was, like location wise, where I would want to be living. And it is very nice to have a space that is just mine to hold me through a lot of the difficult stuff that has just kind of transpired this year.